President Donald J. Trump, former president, and hopefully never again to be president, Donald J. Trump, gave a press conference. And in that press conference, Donald did what he does. He got up there and he rambled. He sounded like a person who lost their Adderall prescription. And he bragged about his viewers. He talked about what he was going to do for the country. He insulted lots of people, from Kamala Harris to Josh Shapiro, who's not even running for vice president or president right now. He did a lot of stuff. He said, oh, I have hundreds of thousands of people in the stadium. He did all the things you would expect Donald Trump to do. But he looked a little threatened to me, looked a little nervous to me. Anyway, we're going to talk about that and Vice President Kamala Harris and a whole lot more. I want to bring in a very special guest. You know her. She is a political analyst. She is a legal expert. She is an attorney. She is a motivational speaker. She is a host. She does all the things. Monique Pressley, good to see you. I think I lost your audio. I think we did everything. She is everything but a tech person. Let me see. Let's see if we get that audio working.
Great to see you. Thanks for having me.
Talk to me about the press conference. I was watching it earlier today and I saw you tweeting.
I was mostly, that's my therapy in moments like that. When I used to be doing like in trial lawyering in court and people would be on the stand and just bananas and like I wasn't responsible for the cross-examination. I just had to sit there or watch somebody be grilled by the judge. I would write furiously. And I mean, I could have been writing peas and carrots, carrots and peas. I could be writing my name over and over again. I would just do it to distract me so that I would not just have like a full nervous breakdown. And today was one of those days because I'm watching this small little man be so afraid and so desperate to just get some of the air back from what has been a flawless rollout by Vice President Kamala Harris and now Governor Walz's campaign. And he just needed to get some time, but he didn't have anything to say, didn't really have a vision to share, obviously is not up for the task of talking about heavy matters or anything like that. So he just stood there and did stream of consciousness with his lies and his rambling. And I'm almost thinking about not saying that he's always lying because it did seem to me today that he does believe those things. So I'm going to now have to go with a bit of pathology, but a larger dose of delusion that is now a part of his whole presentation. Because by the time we got Mark to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., I'm like, what is happening? I will never get these minutes back. So I know. I just had to post. I'm like, I'll never get this time back. This is
I got to tell you, the one thing that struck me, and it never sits well with me, is when he talked about her being barely competent. It was early in his remarks. And he circled back to it later saying, San Francisco, she destroyed San Francisco. She destroyed California. I mean, he's given a lot of power to the AG position. And all of it is because of Kamala Harris, but barely competent. It just felt racist. It felt sexist. There's a way that he talks about her. She's far more accomplished than him, far more decorated than him professionally, all these things. And she didn't do it with a silver spoon. So there's the hypocrisy to it, but there's the racist dimension to it that I'm feeling. Did you get that vibe, or am I overthinking this?
Well, he is a racist. For sure. But part of his projection, because he knows that he is not very bright, is that anybody who is, he says they're stupid. And so while I know him to be racist, and while I know him to in particular have an issue with Black women, he calls pretty much everybody who opposes him, the people who he considers to be immediate threats, not very bright, stupid, incompetent, ruin everything they touch. Interesting today, before he went on to say that he saved HRC from going to jail, he said that she was smarter. I guess that's because he at least now has caught up with the times enough to realize that he's not running against her, though he does obviously still think he's running against Joe Biden and sometimes running against former President Obama.
It seems like he's one president behind, because when he was running against Biden, he thought he was running against Obama. You know what I mean? When he's talking about Hillary, it's very weird. You know, when he's talking about Hillary, he almost didn't acknowledge Hillary. It seemed like he was running against Bill sometimes, and now he's running against Kamala Harris and talking about Joe Biden. It's a very strange thing.